Persona figure, McFarlane, excited, Saul Price. We need to talk. So look, I love Persona. I'll admit I'm not a big fan of Persona 1 or 2. I tried them on the PSP. They did not catch my attention. But once they hit Persona 3, Persona 4, Persona 5, Persona Golden, the remake Persona 3, Persona is one of the best RPG games in existence for me. I absolutely love those games. I won't claim to be super, aware of 100% the philosophies and everything behind it. I have a general decent understanding of a lot of the characters, what was being represented, how this works, what persona actually means, and different things like that. But I'm not going to claim to know everything there is, or even half of what there is, into how complicated that series gets, because especially when you start dealing with things like all the creatures and whatnot that you summon, all the monsters, personas, personalities, so on and so forth, that starts to get into a lot of mythologies, a lot of religious backgrounds and things like that, and starts to talk about a lot of different things. I'm not going to claim to understand all those things. So what I'm saying is I love Persona. I'm not an expert in Persona. And so, and my favorite part of Persona is easily the social aspects. McFarlane gets a license, and he's going to do Persona figures. Or at least that's what it seems like. He showcases the first. He's got the protagonist from Persona 3. I get excited. I'm like, holy crap, this is great news. I cannot wait. Well, it's out. I mean, it's coming out. It's right here. Persona 3 Reload, McFarlane Elite Edition. Let's click it. Here he is. I mean, that looks pretty good. Decent color separation, though one could argue not in terms of much in paint. Face is more than likely printed. Because of the nature of these games and the cell shading ideas and everything, we're not looking at massive separation of colors. There's a little paint on the sword. There's some paint here to get that symbol out. And that's about it. He looks good. He stands tall, lanky. He's got the jacket. Everything that I'm seeing here looks solid. I mean, he's a generally good figure. He's taking poses. Got the running pose here and whatnot, which I'm 100% sure they're using a stand on that one and then deleting it from the photography, because there's no way you're going to convince me they got that thing to stand that way. One could argue if the coat was actual cloth, this would be way cool. Is it? I don't think that it is. I'm pretty sure that's a plastic, but maybe not. Because right here has me wondering a little bit, because it looks like they got a lot more movement in that jacket than I was expecting. I'm pretty sure that's a plastic. Never mind. Anyway, regardless of that, he looks really solid. Like, that's really good. He's got the card right there. He's got the gun. He's got his sword. His posability can probably be called into question a little bit. This is a McFarlane figure. He comes in a box. He has a flight stand. McFarlane. What? Why? Why a flight stand for him? You know, the character that does not fly. But yet, every other character that does fly is not getting the flight stands. Your lines confuse me. Your priorities confuse me, McFarlane. But everything here looks pretty good. We got a card. We got another card. We got the box. He has a flight stand for some reason. He has the sword, 3 different faceplates. One could argue 4 faceplates if that's on there. He's got the gun. He's got multiple hands. Okay. Like, he cuts a decent figure. Everything about this looks fine. There's the faceplates, all 4 of them. That's pretty cool because we got the different eyes here. And then we got these 2 faces are basically the same. Here we got the slight smiling smirk and we got the serious face calling out. Standing next to this right there, that's kind of cool, but I don't really care. That's fine. I could say I don't care. It'll be cool to have the card, but yeah. This is an Elite figure. Elite Edition. Got the side art here. Everything that I just said. Why is this thing $60? Excluding tariff, by the way. Excluding a surcharge. It is $60 base. Base. Guys, this is a McFarlane figure. I don't care how many elites and editions and golds and platinums and little emblems he wants to put on it. This figure, arguably, is no better than the Vox Machina figures. No better at all in almost any way. Vox Machina figures came with just about the same amount. They didn't get face plates. $60. Right now, people are still complaining. I'm still getting comments, even now, about Maximum Hulk. We're complaining about $60 Maximum Hulk. A giant hunk of plastic with a new kind of design for the chest, with deep, deep butterflies, with a couple, with like an effect, multiple head sculpts from different eras. We're complaining about $60. I'm not saying I'm not one of them that thought that $60 was a lot. But for me, at the time, it was my cheapest option. I now have a Hulk. Now I can be part of the guys that complain when the next Hulk comes out. And I can go, it's not upgraded enough. I can be that guy. Because now I don't need to upgrade. Which is going to very much be a thing for me, watching prices doing what they're doing. It's going to be a lot more difficult for me to start upgrading figures. They're going to have to be figures I really care about. If I have a really good She-Hulk after this Fantastic Four arrives, and then they say, hey, we're releasing the original costume, it probably means nothing to me. Just to be honest, it'll probably mean nothing to me. Because at that point, who cares? I won't need to upgrade. $60 for a standard, and I don't care, a standard McFarlane figure. Are we paying for cardboard? Because it has a little slip that goes over and it has some good artwork? Are we paying for that? Are we paying for faceplates? Because I could tell you right now, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that faceplates save him money. They don't cost him money. I promise you, beyond the shadow of a doubt, no doubt whatsoever, none, that faceplates are cheaper to produce than extra head portraits. We didn't get 4 heads. We got 4 faceplates, 1 head. One could argue, due to plastic, that is the, 3 faceplates or 1 head sculpt? Maybe? So that's not where the money's coming from. He doesn't stand any taller than any other figure. He's still ball joint ankles. He doesn't move any better. One could argue he moves worse than some characters we've seen. He has glove hands, so they could have reused the same gloved hands off 1,000 different figures they've already done. So I don't see it there. Is his gun unique? Is the sword unique? Sure. Maybe. I'm generalizing. Because he has a flight stand? Because they gave us a trading card? Because there's a tiny little stand to put your trading card in? Is that where the money's coming from? Because like I've said before, this guy doesn't need a flight stand, so you can keep that. I'm happy to get them. I really think they should come standard in most every one of his figures, in all honesty. So if this is where we're going, then that's fine. But I think we are entering dangerous territory now. I've been saying it for a while, that the prices, that I'm right there with you guys. I understand. I currently have the ability to buy certain things that I want, but it's getting tight. And watching the toy industry increase in value exponentially and in such a short amount of time. I mean, let's be honest about something real quick. Let me go back in here real quick. McFarlane toys, $60. Batmobile, $109. Batmobile, $109. Terrible Justice League 2-pack. If you like that, that's fine. $70? You get a big guy. I might be able to let that go. Look at this. This guy's $50. Everybody already talked about this. This is ridiculous. Now see this? This is only $30. This wasn't that long ago, right? There's a stupid, barely movable King Kong with a Flash figure that's all right. It's all right. It reminds me of Television Flash, which this was your chance to package your best Flash figure. Why is that not Flashpoint Flash? To guaranteely sell your big monkey. Why? Why this Superman? Look at that Superman. What are we doing? We are back to terrible face Superman. What is that? What are we doing? Like, why? This Godzilla can barely move. I mean, every photo shows it. He just stands there and waits to get punched on. It's terrible. Are there? Why? I can't figure it out. We saw the Swamp Thing is huge. He's still $40. That is not a small figure, by the way. That is ginormous. Recently I went to a Target. And while I was at the Target, I saw the 2-pack for the new Croc. It's not new, it's basically a repaint, but you get the idea. It's Croc and a Batman. And I seen it, and for a second I was like, oh, that would be cool, because I don't have a Croc. I don't really care about bunch of guns Batman. I'll put him to the side, or maybe even sell him off to somebody that actually wants the Batman, but didn't necessarily want the Croc. Heck, I would have been willing if there would have been somebody at the store right there that was looking at the same figure, and if they'd have said to me, if in my fantasy somebody would have turned around and said, really, the only thing I want is the Batman, I'd have said, the only thing I want is the Croc. Let's half and half. Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. I'll take $20 out of my pocket right now. And it wouldn't have been enough. It was $70. That's almost an $80 figure, tax included, out the door. $80 for a Batman, which has already been done, which I just showed the price is like $30, and a Croc, which they've already done. One could argue Croc is worth more money because he's bigger. But I don't know. Grid is a big figure. He's $30. Man-Bat is a big figure. I think he's currently on sale for $30. I don't get it. I don't get it. The Flashpoint Batman Dr. Zoom was $40. Frankenstein is $30. These are big figures. Big figures. They're huge. Oh, that big giant Joker is $40. Crisis on Infinite Earth, the Anti-Monitor is $40. The Hush Batman 2-pack is $30. What is happening? There he is. I had to find him. Doomsday, $40. Guys, the giant figures have been $40 for a long time. If I was to see a raise in price, I could understand to a degree that things go up $2, $3, $4 at a time. I don't like it, but I've seen it enough to understand that it happens. Okay. Why is the Persona figure $40? Normally, this wouldn't bother me that bad because it's not a figure I'm going to get. But it's $60 for a Persona figure. $60 for one standalone Persona figure. If he has the Persona license, not just for the third game, but the Persona license, there's one set of figures I want. Persona 4. It is one of my top 10 favorite video games of all time. It is in that 10 count, without a doubt. One of my all-time favorite games ever made, hands down. Put me on an island, I could take 10 games with me. Persona 4 Golden comes with me. I want all those figures. Like, all of them. I can't tell you that there are many characters in that game I don't like and wouldn't buy. But if you're going to tell me that Kanji, Naoto, Chie, Yukiko, Yu Norakame, Yosuke, Teddy, $60 a pop, Dojima-san, that's going to be rough for me. That's going to be nearly impossible for me. Guys, toys are going up in price. This is true. But then I see things like this, and I worry, how far in price are they going? Because this figure, to me, is fairly simple. Compared to other figures he has done, this is a simple figure. I don't see anything special that removes it from any line he's already done. Is it the Persona license? Does Atlas charge real money? I don't know. Like, I really don't know. I wish I had an idea, though, because this, quite frankly, is too much. This has counted me out. The only way they're getting me on this now, because I would have bought a couple things from Persona 3 and 5. But now, Now it's $60 a pop. The figure better be unbelievable, or it better be somebody I really, really like. Because I can't do that. And I don't know many people, realistically, that are going to be able to keep up if prices go this direction. Toy prices are going up everywhere. We are watching it. It is happening. I don't know how long we can absorb it. What do you think? Later on.
I have spoken. Take what you will from it.